What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Cato.
Walter Bowley.
And I'm Spencer Breland.
This is Gaming Treehouse's Inside Review with spoilers.
Review, discussion, spoiler, what the hell happened on Inside. Nick, you beat it first.
I did.
So
I beat it in one sitting. I very much enjoyed the game.
I think I beat it in like 3 sittings, probably.
I tried to get it all over in one sitting. Like, I kept telling myself, you can't go to the bathroom yet. Can't go to the bathroom yet. Because literally I kept thinking, this then.
Why?
Don't really know what
because
happened.
whenever I got into that thing with the blob, I was like, okay, I'm just going to join the blob and be done. Nope. Got 30 more minutes worth of game.
Give or take, yeah.
So, started out, game looks amazing.
Yeah,
running around, getting chased by people with white masks.
See, I thought, okay, this is like a war movie. Like, they're gathering up people, killing them, and he's like trying to escape. But
he's going inside.
Yeah.
Then he went inside a facility where people are getting controlled.
Sure.
And you control people with a helmet thing.
But are you being controlled?
I don't
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I hope not. See,
but also, it's not just that. You got other crazy stuff. Those robotic, sentries you saw. Yeah. There was that one explosion that just turned into smithereens. Like, if you were out in the open.
It took me forever to get through.
Sonic boom, sonic waves.
Right.
Then I thought the whole premise of the game was you're being controlled by technology and wealthy people are controlling the vast majority. But then it's like, but then I got the blob thing. I was like, all right, this is clearly not what this is about.
If there's a metaphor here, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe you all turn into a shit sandwich. Like the blob.
A shit sandwich?
Yeah, that's what we're forming into.
Is that what we're calling it?
Sure.
I don't know. Just like...
Okay.
The whole game is weird. Then you have one part where it's... You almost... I would say that you died with the fishes.
Right, because you run into this one enemy... Maybe I feel like kind of halfway through the game. This one enemy, which appears to be a little child, girl or boy, who lives completely underwater, that is trying to chase you. One of the scariest villains, by the way, that you have to try and get away from. Who tries to kill
dogs.
You. And
lots of dogs.
And I kind of felt like at first that there was more than one. That's what I thought. I thought that there was like a bunch of them that was running to. But now I kind of think that it might have just been the one that followed you from place to place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you died though, because after it dragged you down, you're like, "Oh, I'm back," but you didn't have to. I thought my
game glitched when that happened. I thought I failed, and I thought the game glitched
because you no longer have to go up for breath at that point, which would mean you're dead, or that thing gave you gills,
right?
Which I doubt.
But it attached like something to your chest, right? Didn't it like...
They did something to you.
Yeah, it took like a cable with like a plug or something and like attach it to your chest.
Killing you.
That's what it looked like. Yeah. This whole game
maybe it like started the process to turn you into it or something. Like,
maybe that's when it started controlling you.
Yeah. Who knows, man?
I'm thinking maybe this game was just like a dream or something.
Well, it definitely felt like a nightmare sometimes. Like when you're running through it.
The whole game felt like a nightmare. Besides when I became a blob, it was just...
That was a nightmare.
Knocking over everything.
The weirdest part about being the blob was hearing like the grunts of the people in the blob dying.
Or just in
like the weird random legs and arms just like...
grabbing walls. Like,
slide up and everything. Yeah, it's such a weird game. I will say that like you start off in the game, you're in the woods, and then you go through some farmland.
Yeah.
Right.
And all the animals are
dead.
Fucking dead.
Yeah, pigs. There's a lot of dead pigs. Maybe that's where they were like starting their testing on was pigs. That's like what's left.
That makes sense.
So they start there because that's how science works. You start testing on animals and then you move up to humans.
But obviously, they went to humans way too fast,
or as fast as they cared to. And they didn't stop there, obviously. I did notice that, like, when you were doing the marching thing, like, remember, that was a really cool sequence, by the way, like, where you had to, like, march in line.
Yeah.
The people that were watching you
looked
looked like they were...
rich people.
On a tour or something of the facility, and they had masks on. And you didn't have a mask on, but also you were faceless. You guys catch that? The little boy was faceless.
I did not.
Everybody was in the game. Every human in the game was faceless. Yeah. Maybe the rich people were faceless also, just under their masks. But, so, now, what does that mean? Well, that's a great question.
What does this whole game mean? I mean, We can sit here and throw out theories after theory after theory.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, we're still...
I mean, the biggest theory that I have, one, is that, yes, the Blob was in, like, control of the boy.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely something to that, because it seems the only reason the boy came to the facility was to free the Blob. That's the only thing he accomplished, or did.
Yeah, because some random little boy would just not want to go jump into a blob.
Right.
When he was dead already.
Right.
He said, screw it.
Right. So that happened. I kind of got the feeling that the Blob had escaped before, because so much of the facility was destroyed or in shambles. If you remember
destroyed, and then there was another part where it was meant to trap the Blob if it escaped.
Right, and they were like leading you there. You remember they were opening doors for you or helping you like escape when they threw you the box.
Yeah,
they were like trying to guide you to a certain place to get you, trapped.
Huh.
Which I think was in like a tank that they let you.
Yeah, it was pretty much like the tank.
And then my opinion is that the final part of the game where you break out of the facility, tumble down a mountainside, and land on the side of a lake or beach.
After you kill the boss guy.
A bit after that.
Yeah.
But, or you don't have to, apparently, by the way.
To kill boss?
Him. Yeah. If you just stand there for, like, apparently, if you just stand there for, like, a minute or two, he just gets out of the way.
Oh, because I just threw him out the window, basically.
Yeah.
Of course you did. I don't blame you, but if you just stand there for a minute or so, he gets out of the way.
Oh.
I don't think it affects anything else. Just, you don't have to kill him.
Yeah, I did.
But so you tumble down the side of the mountain, there's a ray of sunlight on you, camera pans out very slowly, then the credits roll and the game ends. I'm under the impression that you didn't escape, that it's all an elaborate...
The only reason that I agree with you on that is just because right before you bust out, there's literally like wood beams like propping the wall up from the inside.
Yeah, looking like a movie set or something.
Yeah, it's normally on the other way around. If you're getting outside, it's just weird.
Right.
You bust out, and it looks like you're outside, but from the inside, it really doesn't look like it's outside.
To sort of back it up, when I was collectible hunting to 100% the game, they'd done it before. They made a forest in the facility.
Yeah.
That looked like a forest. I mean, you could see that was kind of artificial, but it looked like they made a forest. So it wasn't something they hadn't done
Did
before.
you get the alternate ending?
Yes, I saw that
from
as well.
it?
Yeah.
Where you just, in the cornfield beginning of the game, you just pull a switch that looks like something that looks like the boy like sacrificed himself and just like everything didn't happen.
So what that does is all the collectibles are little orbs that you deactivate. Yeah. And the orbs look like, you remember the power cells that you pull out towards the end? They look like those things.
Yeah, I found one of them with the wolf pack.
What I think is it looks like it's the stuff that powers the telepathy machines when you pull out the cores. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So the thing that supports the Blob controlling you theory is once you've gotten rid of all those cores, you go into the secret area in the farmland, this bunker like that you can't find otherwise.
Yeah.
You go in, and then you pull this plug or flip a switch or something.
Yeah.
And it deactivates all the telepathy machines.
And the game's over.
And then the kid does this.
Just dies. Oh, you're just like basically deactivated. Right. Yeah.
So, meaning he was probably being controlled by something. Which actually probably means you just killed the Blob, if you think about it. I mean, all the Blob's power, it looked like, came from that. So that might be...
I don't know.
Maybe that's what the Blob really wanted, though.
Just blew my mind.
Maybe that's what the Blob really wanted, was just to die.
Probably I'd want to die.
I don't know. It's weird.
Like, so, that's what I think. I don't think you escaped, because also, you guys saw, like, the diorama that kind of looks like the mountainside you tumble down.
Yeah.
That looks like a model that maybe they built as a scale thing for it. The name of the game is Inside, so it could be that, by the end of the game you are still inside.
Or you're just inside the blob.
Yeah, that too. Or both, because double entendres are fun.
So is this game weirder than Limbo?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot weirder than Limbo.
Yeah. And honestly, like, the deaths were a little rough to watch sometimes.
Yeah,
when he's
Limbo was like, you're just like a silhouette
of
a kid, so you die, whatever. But, like, this is like you're a mostly fully modeled 10, 13, 12-year-old boy getting ripped to pieces by dogs or zapped by tasers or choked out
shot,
or drowned or crushed by something. Or
it's so sad that I've witnessed probably all those deaths.
Yeah.
Blown to smithereens by sonic booms.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Yeah, that was weird.
I did die a lot to that part. Really fucking
it took me a while.
So how do you feel about the game? Like,
I mean, I loved it. I feel like it's a must play. I will probably replay it eventually just see if I can get a better understanding of what's going on.
Feel like it's one of those games that I'm not going to play again.
No.
Because I don't want to taint my experience.
Oh, no, I'm still confused.
Still the number one game that I've played that I'll never touch ever again. It's Journey. 10. One of the best games.
I mean, this game kind of had almost a little bit like that. Like, you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, but you're doing it.
But I know the point of Journey. That's the whole thing. Like, I get it. It's your life's journey. Mm-hmm. This, I have no idea what it's about.
Well, I will say that, like, I don't even know, like, it was more like an experience than a game. Like, it was more like, you know...
there are platforming elements and stuff.
It's not a fun game in the sense that other games are fun. It's just, like, I don't even know. It doesn't even really make you think. It doesn't ask you to think, that's for sure. It's just, you play the game, you do what you're supposed to do.
But you're thinking anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like... Is it trying to be deep or not? That's a good question. Like, is it trying to send a message? It might not even try to send a message. The developers might have just said, hey, let's make a weird-ass game.
Maybe the developers are like, help, we're stuck on the inside and can't get out. Secret message. Woo.
That's meta. Jesus. That's really meta right there. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's all it is. Maybe all it is a really cool game with a really cool aesthetic, with minimalistic story.
Yeah.
You know, there's that.
It's definitely beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And what I don't think is, like, the answer is, I don't think it's like, oh, the X and Y corporation has taken over the world and has been doing this. I think the answer is much more, you know...
deep. Like...
More like...
Journey.
Much more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, ambiguous. Like, it's not supposed to be like this company or that company. Yeah. It's just supposed to be, what does it mean? I saw people talking about its Marxist values, who was a communist writer, talking about the boys' red shirt and the proletariat, like the workers in construction hats and stuff, like being marched along and controlled by the corporation who was owning them. And so the communistic attitudes there. And then the blob thing, like, according to this interpretation, represented the deformed proletariat after being beaten, destroyed, and forced by the companies to this, that, and the other thing. I don't know, man. Like,
it means 5,000 different things, but at the end of the day, it really just boils down to what did it mean to you? Yeah. What did you think of it? What did it make you feel, if it made you feel anything? Made me feel a little disgusted when we got to the blob. But...
It made me feel very anxious in many parts of the game. Mm. Like, because especially those dogs, man.
Oh, God.
Like, that was like the perfect example of what a nightmare feels like.
I got stuck on that fence where you had to, like, climb up and jump back and forth with the dogs. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
I appreciated how creative the puzzles were with how little there was, like, to actually do.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciated the creative puzzle, like the elevator puzzles, especially some of the things you have to do to get the collectibles.
Yeah.
Like, really creative stuff there with the limited things. The submarine was really fun. I don't know. Like, it definitely made me feel like I was playing a nightmare. Yeah. I will say that.
The little underwater kid freaked me the hell out.
Yep.
Because
you always just barely made it.
Barely, yeah.
Every
it's like
time.
right there at your foot, and it's just like the door shuts behind you. It's like, thank God.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it could get into the submarine.
Oh yeah, because whenever if you're not shining your light on it,
it comes closer.
Yeah.
So you just like go for it, stop. Go for it, stop.
So
exactly,
I have some theories from Giant Bomb's forums.
Okay,
here's one. From the drones and the people in masks. Their theory. The game starts in a forest, and among the trees there are many strange metallic pods. The people in masks seem to be working around them, but early in the game it isn't clear why. If any significance to the pod holds later. Later in the game, however, we see pods often contain drones, human-shaped creatures that do not act unless directly controlled. And even within the heart of the industrial environments, as they are seen connected to trees, it's possible that these pods are used to grow the drones. Then along the strange slug mind-altering creatures seen on the pigs in the farm, organic plant matters may be used in the process. The large wheeled containers of plants seen in the final sequence of the game could be further evidence to support this. Maybe the slugs are initially hatched and grown on the pigs, then after they reach a certain stage of maturity, are brought to the forest pods to incubate. And the masked workers round up people in the forest could actually be seen as farmers.
Sure.
Yep. If you say so.
That's a great theory right there. I wasn't even thinking about the pods.
No.
Jesus. I don't know.
There's a lot to the game, that's for sure. Like there's the secret bunker that you find in like the farm area has photos of the blob in it.
That's weird.
Like that you could technically find in the first minutes of the game.
Yeah.
This like photo of the blob, which made me think, one, the blob has been outside the facility before because somebody got a picture of it. Where it was before, nobody's getting a picture of it. So it got out at some point, and somebody got a photo of it.
That's interesting.
So there's that. I mean, apparently when it was out, it was just an unstoppable force of destruction because like they could not stop it.
Yeah.
Like, what could they do? It looked like it was probably already dead anyway, so I don't really think there was much you could do to hurt it. It seemed like it was already in enough pain.
I don't know. I really don't have anything else.
So, but I would definitely like. I mean, Nick said like he has to give it a 10. Like you said, you didn't tell me that. You said you have to give it a 10.
Because I can't really see anything wrong with it. This whole thing.
See, I'm okay with giving a game like a 9 with no cons. Just it didn't have that X factor.
So I said I'd probably give it a 9.5.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
I'll give it a 9. I mean, really, just fantastic stuff from the developer. I mean, Playdead has a lot of credit right now on like making these just short, sweet 2D platformers.
And it's so weird because their co-founder just left.
Just before the game's release?
No, just after the release.
Weird. He must have taken a better job somewhere.
Yeah, well, he was like, now that I've gotten this company to where I want it to, I'm leaving to go on and do something more challenging.
It's like, it's so easy making these 10s. I'm going to go to something that's a little difficult. Maybe I'll go make perfect movies now.
Oh, God, man.
That's fine.
Inside the movie?
Oh, God, no. I don't need to see
children
getting mutilated.
Yeah. Now, don't forget about the, upside down water facility area where, like, you could do that. And don't forget about how they clearly manipulated the laws of physics.
But wasn't that, like, all after you died?
Oh, shit.
Boom.
I don't know.
Crazy game.
Very crazy. And then I had this crazy thought also. You remember when you were running through and the scientists were all milling about and they just kind of looked at the kid?
Yeah.
Moved on. I was like, they've seen the kid before. They weren't surprised by him being there. So what does that mean?
Oh my God. We can just keep pulling back layers and layers and layers.
Or he's one of their sons.
I think that's
that's a stretch.
That's a weird one, yeah.
It's like, how else would the blob have made a connection with him? Unless the kid had been close before.
He's the blob's son.
Yeah, he's the
blob's son. Who's the mom?
He got like...
Is it the blob? Is it the blob, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Asexual.
Yeah.
Broke off and it's like, oh, little person.
But I mean, that's what I just got out of that, was that they'd seen him before. And so maybe the kid had been there before, and that's how the blob got a little connection going.
Yeah.
And so why would he have been there before? Test subject, kid of one of the scientists.
I don't know.
Because we did see that, remember the one rich guy did have his kid with him.
Yeah.
So it wasn't outside the realm to bring your kids to work here.
I'm leaning more towards the test subject.
Yeah.
Well, this test subject brought the chickens home to roost.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah.
Or what if it was the boss's son?
Yeah, and then that's why you could let him live.
Yep.
No one did, let's be honest.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's trying to get the hell out of there.
If I had the opportunity again, I would, just to see what it looked like.
Yeah, he probably just like...
You can play it.
Yeah, that's what he does. Like, he's like paralyzed with fear, and then he like he scoots over.
And then he falls out his own window.
I can't win.
Exactly.
Yeah, I give it like a 9 out of 10. Really fantastic game.
Yeah,
Don't know if I'm going to play it again, though. I feel like I got what I needed out of it, like, as far as,
Me too.
I'll probably play a year or two later just to...
Going at it with fresh eyes.
Yep, because I've done the same thing with Limbo. Played it a couple times.
So what's the what's that other game coming out? That's a sort of indie game that looked BioShock, but it's not.
Happy Few.
We Happy Few. It comes out the 26th. Won't be at Disney. No.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
okay. It's on PC.
On Xbox One.
Oh, is that the preview thing?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the full game. It's not going to have like the linear storytelling yet. That's coming later, like next year. But it is going to have like the procedurally generated open world aspect. Maybe open world. I don't know if it's open world, but procedurally generated.
Or open world-ish, kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But, okay.
So, I'll play on
What company is that?
No idea.
Like, I can't remember now. I knew it. It's a company I recognize.
I want to say like Does it have some creators from Bioshock on it?
Like I remember that I recognize the company's name.
Compulsion Games.
Compulsion. Okay. Yep. I don't know where I recognize them from, but all right, guys, that's really been our Inside discussion, where basically we discussed what we didn't understand about Inside. So let us know your theories on Inside, because they're probably as good as or better than ours. And hit us up in the comments. Email us at gamingtreehouse.business@gmail.com. On Twitter at Game Treehouse, right? You're not Gaming Treehouse, Game Treehouse. Yeah. Spencer at Storms Trooper with a Z. Nick at Katostrophic. Me at Retlaw Yellow. Let us know what you guys think, because we don't know what to think.
Yeah, no. Send us email, comment, anything. We'll talk back with you.
All right. One of us will. Good gaming, guys.
See you later.